That's not supposed to happen.
That's it.
Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. I said move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Whoa.
Brooklyn beat. Next bus, please. Going up.
You. We are back on the air, y'all. What's good?
Man. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. Hold on, I got to get my atmosphere going over here. I'm drinking.
Your atmosphere?
Yeah.
Your atmosphere?
Here we go with the gay jokes.
Your atmosphere. It's rounded atmosphere.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, you know.
Whatever you say, bro.
It was good, man.
I thought when it came to you, there
anniversary.
will be something wrong with it.
Happy anniversary, man. Nah, I ain't homophobic.
Thank you.
You live your life.
Uh-huh.
Got nothing to do with me.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, whatever.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another show.
Yes,
We
sir.
have
Welcome back.
something going on today. Shoot, what was I gonna ask about?
Oh, God. So
Why
good.
can't I hear myself?
We hear you. Oh, we got another person joining us, too.
Ooh,
You know,
you put the link?
Put the link up in the chat so people could join us.
What
And
happened?
they
What
left.
happened to the
They came and they went.
he chickened out?
Yeah,
So this is the problem I'm having right now. My freaking mouse died. So
you got to use the
so it's a
thing.
good thing. Yeah, but it's too slow, man.
It's different. I know. You're used to the mouse. It's just better.
The thing is, I was connected to my daughter's laptop because she's using the Mac. It helps her in the school better, and I was trying out her Windows, but I think because it's an older model, it was giving me an issue before we come on, and then I connect my trusty mouse, and
It's
it
gone.
connects to the laptop, but it's not moving, so I have to charge. Wait, tell me it's
That's
working.
what happens. Well, I know you got a couple of things lined up, right?
I sure do.
I got one thing I want to. I got
You got a tissue?
goddamn Moko in this shit's bothering.
Yo,
Fuck.
you're blowing my eardrums, bro.
Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man. What the fuck? I told you. Every time we go live, something goes wrong.
Well, it's you, me, both. As long as it's not our guest, we're good.
Yeah. Anyway,
As long as our guests come through clear. Well, no, we'll let the guests just do the show. We'll just go get some coffee and just.
I'm gonna be self-conscious with this shit.
All right, folks. So I wanted to bring something up real quick. There we go.
Yeah.
Damn, just my son's over here doing his little dance.
Yeah.
You know how we talked about a couple of weeks ago that we hate when dispatches, consoles coming through the speakers like every few minutes, telling us things that we already know, right?
Right.
Like you watch your turns, look at your mirrors, scan your mirrors, remember to log in, all that stuff.
Right.
So there's some operator, they do something to stop that, right? So you either take the receiver off, so you don't hear nothing,
Do that.
or you flip it and you don't hear nothing. So
Right. You take
I was talking to a supervisor. Yeah, like, you either take it off and let it drop so you don't hear nothing come through.
Well,
Or you
when I
do
used to
this.
drive,
And
because
then
I used to drive with the receiver on a door.
we got the new radio.
Yeah, so the new
It's a
one
new
that
radio
doesn't
with
work.
the screen and all that stuff,
Right.
which
Okay.
you can't even change the volume. Which sometimes it comes so low. So I was talking to supervisor about that, saying like sometimes they talk, you can't hear nothing. He's like, oh yeah, you could just change the volume. I say no, you can't. They took that off. We can't even control the volume. So it's like, if everybody gets together and write me, let's say G2s, and take them to your depot chair, and more people complain, they could do something about it. So yeah, and the other thing is that console keeps coming through the radio, telling us things we already know,
Right.
repeating. So some guys do this and some guys do that. He goes, well, if a dispatcher gets on your bus and sees that receiver is not on properly,
Mm-hmm.
that's 10 days on the street. Now, how many of you knew that? Because I didn't. So
Well, I didn't know it would be 10 days on the street. I
10
knew it
days
would
on
be
the
some kind of violation because it's kind of dangerous.
yeah.
If you,
But
if
the thing
you,
with the screen is that if it's for everybody, you see like a 3-person, they're supposed to be group, and the little mic, and it's coming through for everybody. If they're calling you, it'll be a different sound, and you'll see one person with a mic, which means that's for you. So I usually look, okay, it's for me. Now I'll pick up and you're like, run blah 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 on 11, da da da,
which
and
is a
talk to you.
distraction
It's a distraction, yeah.
because
Which
now you're looking up.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
But not just that, nobody should be picking up the phone when dispatchers call. At the end of the line, dispatcher's like, why didn't you pick up? I was driving. The blue buses, if you want to pick up the phone, you got to go like this.
Oh, okay.
Now you're not looking at the
Right.
front, So you don't pick up, folks. Don't pick up the freaking radio until you are at a bus stop.
Pulled
Not
over.
even a
Right.
red light, because in a red light, you could be talking, the light turns green. Now you got to go, and you have the receiver in your hands.
You got to pull over.
Right. But the thing is that they said this, that if you get caught with the phone off the receiver or upside down or whatever, it's 10 days on the street. And on top of that, let's say you make a relief. Why is this thing on here? Let's say you're going to make a relief, and Zoom, we see you. You need to put your camera on so we could bring you in.
I wonder if that's Zoom from.
I believe
that's
so.
probably
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yep. So if you make a relief, you got to make sure that receiver is put on there. Because if a dispatcher gets on your bus after you make the relief, they're not gonna listen to you saying, "Oh no, it was like that when I got on the bus,"
Right.
or "It was like that when I pulled the bus out." You could get 10 days on the streets. Now, one of our guests will come on and see if this is true or not. But I heard this from a supervisor. No, if they were just saying that to scare us, but that's what I heard. So guys, don't mess with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's it for now. I guess we'll bring in our. What up, AV? So let's bring in our guest. Let's say hello to everybody that has joined us.
Yes. Yep. We got
Robert, Mr. Whitaker is in the house. Thank you for joining.
we got both Ronnie Santabello. What's good, Ronnie? And we have Big
You got
Zoom.
a transition.
Oh, yeah.
Bring him
I keep forgetting about that. There he is.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of this.
What's up, Pete?
What up, Ronnie? So thank you for joining the show. So you gonna have some things you want to talk about or questions you want to listen to, but for now, give your introduction for those that don't know you.
Okay. My name is Ron Santabello, and I worked for New York City Transit. I was a bus operator, and now I'm in maintenance. I have 23 complete years on the job, and November 4th, I started my 24th. I also was a certified shop steward from 2005, and I also was voted in as the third vice chair a couple of picks ago, and that's about who I am.
A question: Can you elaborate? Can you tell a little bit, like, why are you in the position you are now, or you rather not talk about that?
I could talk about it.
Can we
So I
bring
was-
in the next guest first before he goes in?
Is he even on? Bring him in.
He's
hopefully-
there, but
Oh, maybe he just
Camera.
doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah. we're bringing Zoom, Big Zoom from before, I think.
Okay, so we have Zoom, and hopefully he'll turn his camera on. Okay, so go ahead, Ronnie.
So what happened was when I won the third right, well, actually before when I was campaigning, because I used to
You
campaign
lost him.
before my job, before my job duty, after my job duty, because you can't do it while you're on company time. You're not allowed to. And they put beakies on me constantly while I was campaigning, and even after I won the election. So they kept trying to get stuff on me. So they got this one 19A dispatcher that said I was on the phone, which I wasn't. There is no proof. In the arbitration case, there's no proof. They actually wanted to fire me because I wouldn't take their demotion. But when we went to arbitration, they couldn't fire me because when they showed the video, it showed me driving the bus and they had no proof. But instead of firing me, they demoted me. I actually hired a lawyer and he's working on the case. So
Right.
that's
Why, like, it's like, why would you even take a demotion if
exactly.
you didn't do it? You know, so,
Exactly.
yeah, I get
People
you.
that read my arbitration.
That would be like showing that you are guilty.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know.
Right.
Okay.
So that was the story on what happened. A lot of people don't know. They talk a lot of BS in the depot, but they don't really know because it's none of nobody's business really. But that's in a gist, that's what happened.
Okay.
And management, I can't give names. I don't want to give names. So there was two managers that spoke to each other in two different depots. And they said, we have to find a way to fire Santabello. And what happened was there was a dispatcher in one of the depots that called one of our members in Jackie Gleason.
Allegedly.
And he
Put that out there.
and he came to me and said, and he told me what happened. So my lawyer asked if that guy would help us with that information, but obviously he said he can't because then they would go after him. And of course, those other two managers would have got fired because he heard the whole conversation. He was a friend of one of our members, and that member was a good friend of mine, and he came in and told me what happened. So we reached out to them, and obviously, and I don't blame the guy. He said he couldn't testify on that behalf because then they would just go after him.
You know, I get that he feels like he couldn't, but he could have. He just chose not to because of the retaliation that he was afraid of.
Exactly. Look what they did to me just for running. And I was never released as the third vice chair. JP held me back. So I was doing bus driving work and union work. And then I was released for the union meetings because you have to. So every third Tuesday of the month, we had the union. So they had to release me for that. And then when somebody was on vacation, I was released. So I'd done step 2, step 3s, and I worked under the Tucson regime also. Matter of fact, when we ratified the contract, I was on the news with Tucson when we ratified it. So I have a lot of experience. And before transit, I worked for Local 1500, which is United Commercial Food Workers Union. And I was on the board for them with negotiating contracts and stuff. And I was a shop steward there. So this wasn't my first go around, doing union stuff.
Okay, so you mentioned JP. Now he's back in a depot. Now he's a bus operator. Have you had words with him or spoke to him?
Yeah, he tries, now that he's a bus operator, he wants to talk to me and be all friendly. Yes. And I just go along with it.
We have another guest. I don't know. We want to bring him in.
Wait, can we replay the disclaimer?
Oh, I think we gotta I think you should replay that disclaimer before we bring this guy.
Yeah,
in.
really.
We don't want to get a strike on our channel. By the way, folks, if you're watching, YouTube is the place to be. Check us up on YouTube. Subscribe, because the truth is that going on Facebook does not really help us out. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, Next Plus, please, and we'll really appreciate that. It's free. Just click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you know whenever we go live. Or whenever we put little other videos that don't get played on Facebook or here live. You want to throw that? We definitely want to put that disclaimer on.
about to get spicy.
Oh,
Let's
bring him
bring
in.
in
Go
our,
ahead. Go
let's
ahead,
bring in
dude.
our guest, Mr. Joe Martinez. What's good, Joe?
Transition.
Oh shit!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Unfortunately.
All right, listen, let me explain something to you.
What's
I'm
up?
not
What
even,
up,
I'm just
Joe?
gonna let you
What
know
up,
real quick.
Joe? What's up, Joe?
What's
Hi,
up,
Joe.
Ronnie?
Welcome
Ronnie,
to
it's
the
good to
show,
see you,
Joe.
Ronnie.
Good to see you, Joe.
Okay,
What's up, buddy?
I don't understand,
Martinez.
this
Martinez.
is all true.
Martinez.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, Pete?
Welcome to the show.
We need to change the disclaimer.
Folks, if you want to be part of the show whenever we go live, we have a WhatsApp group. It's called Next Bus Please. It's open to everybody. All you're going to see there is clips or not clips, notifications of when we're going to go live, along with the link to join us live. So go ahead, go over there, WhatsApp, look for Next Bus Please, join. If you want to come in here, the link is there. Hurry on in. We could have 10 people on screen. Go ahead, Joe.
All right,
It
look,
goes a 2-hour show now.
don't worry, I'm gonna be short and sweet because
Well, we
I
know you're short.
I'm
About sweet.
but anyway, listen,
What's up?
when I came in, all I heard was the question you asked Ronnie
Mm-hmm.
about about Mr. Patafia. Okay. You know
Ask him
what?
if he talks to him since he came back as a bus operator.
Say that again?
I asked him if he's spoken to him since he came back as a bus
Right.
operator.
I heard that. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Not for nothing. Okay. When you take that position that when you're elected to that position, all right, there's a lot of stuff that they tend to throw to the side. Okay. But you reap what you sow. Okay? Because
You speaking about?
JP?
speaking about everything. Ronnie knows where I'm coming at.
Yep.
Okay? Ronnie knows where I'm coming at,
I do
Listen,
too, but I just wanted to, open up so people that are watching get an idea.
well, you know what? Let me explain something. I don't wish him no ill will.
One thing I can say, Joe, hold on. One thing I can say, what goes around comes around, because he thought he was untouchable.
Exactly.
And then he got involved in something that he should have never got involved in. And then they threw him out of the union. So how does he like it now?
We'll find out when we have him on the show next week.
Yeah, he'll never tell you the truth.
Yeah,
Is that what
right.
he's gonna do? Well, you know what? Let me explain something. He'll probably have Mandami next to him.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
they
I wouldn't mind. That's
They
okay.
don't know
Oh,
they don't know he's a communist, JP, and a
All right.
socialist.
listen, we could use the
But it
views.
doesn't matter whether he's a communist, socialist. That's irrelevant. You still have you took an oath of office to serve and protect. Any way you look at it, okay? There shouldn't be no tit for tat. Listen, if I give you this one, you got to give me two later.
Exactly.
No, we don't do that, okay? Because Ronnie should have had a stipulation, all right, in his
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry. Do you have a TV on
yeah, I'll shut it off. I'll lower it.
or lower it? Thank you.
Yeah. Ronnie should have had a stipulation in his discipline, in his Dan, okay, where he could have applied for reinstatement. I don't know if you have that, but I'm sure you don't.
No, actually, I don't, Joe.
Okay.
'Cause
Now,
they were trying to fire me, but I wouldn't take their I wouldn't take their deal. So we went all the way
right,
down.
but you were probably better off driving a bus, one hand operation, and the cell phone in the other hand on a rainy day. Okay, that's what you should have done. Okay, because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Okay, fine, Ronnie, you played hardball, and you have every right to play hardball. Okay, but at the end of the day, they should have protected you a little better. Okay, fine. What are you gonna say? Oh well, at least he has a job. That's not the point. That's not the point. But I don't know what you were talking about before, but the job is a shit show. Okay, the job is a shit show, and 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 the new set of clowns, okay, just make it worse. All right, because you don't go and you start looking for people when you need them, okay, and then you turn your back on them. I'm not gonna get into detail because if I get into detail, it just opens up a can of worms, and then it's gonna be a discussion. Oh, how do I do it? No, 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 no. The phone rings, answer it. You leave a message, answer it. Okay. Don't don't have people out there, you know, waiting, waiting, waiting for what? Right now, they don't even have they don't even have a vice chairman. All right. Oh wait, an elected vice chairman
An elected vice chair.
because supposedly it's a progressive steps that you
Right.
take. The recording secretary is supposed to be the vice chairman, right?
Right. Everybody moves up, and then you go for that spot. Then you
Right.
run for the
So
spot.
so why? This is and I don't get no answers. I don't care. I'm gonna get I'm gonna get I'm gonna get a phone call telling me I'm on the phone, Julian. Wait. Okay, 1 second. Hold on.
We have no division chair either, or first vice chair in the Brooklyn division either. You know that because Kemp moved up, and JP's out, and Gary Rosario moved up. So
Yeah,
Uh,
but you know what you know what's happening here.
well, they mentioned some guy that they want to bring in.
Right, but they have to wait a certain amount of time
time, right? People
so
don't
they
realize that,
so they can appoint.
right? 18 months. 18 months. After 18 months,
Right. After 18 months, they can do
they
whatever
can
you
appoint.
so
They
what
don't have
they
So
to.
now is they're gonna drag the process for the 18 months because that's how Aaron came in.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So people know, Joe. Just so people know, if it's within 18 months, they have to have an official election. If it's after
that's what
18 months, they could just appoint.
Exactly. So they're
that
gonna
was going to be
drag
my
it
question.
along till it's 19 months.
Correct.
And then they're
So,
gonna put
so
people.
what can the people do to force an election instead of having somebody
Well, you know
appointed?
what? Listen, there's a lot of things that the people can do, but just like everything else, the people will complain to you,
Mm-hmm.
the people will complain to me, but they
Exactly.
won't complain to the proper people that they need to
Correct.
Exactly.
because they'll sugarcoat it. Oh, listen, if you ain't right, if you ain't doing something right, and the people are balking, fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fix the problem. You're not there to satisfy everybody because that is.
Hey, Joe disappeared.
No.
Well,
You
Those are
turn
the
around.
gods, the gods of
I
EV
had a phone
Mux
call
have
coming. You can
spoken.
hear me?
Oh no,
uh,
damn! I
not
Hello?
can't
that
get rid
lucky.
of the devil.
Not that lucky.
Hey, Joe,
Hello? You
Joe,
hear me?
Joe.
We
Here
hear
we
you,
Joe.
Joe.
Hold on 1 second. The other problem is,
Yo.
like you were saying, all these members complaining. But you ever go to the union meetings every third Tuesday? Nobody shows up, but everybody will complain. You literally
Hmm.
have 10 people max.
Yeah, but I hear a lot of the times that in these meetings they pretty much adjourn real quick if
Right.
people start asking too many questions.
If they ask questions,
That was really in the old regime. I didn't when I was the third vice chair. And I remember I went to those meetings every third Tuesday. Even when I was out of work waiting to become maintenance, I was still on the third vice chair for a while, and
You
I would
hear
go.
me?
That didn't happen.
What
That
up,
didn't
Damien? Yeah,
happen.
they mentioned that before, Damien.
we
That
hear
didn't
you, Joe.
happen too much when my team was there. I don't know about now, but we actually answered the questions and let people speak.
Right, but we was hearing from a lot of people that when they go to the meetings and they ask the questions, they say, "Oh, I'll get back to you on that," and then they adjourn, and that's it. Nobody ever hears from them again.
And that was true, and that was
All
really
right. There you
with
go.
JP's
Sorry.
team with Willie and all of them. I can't speak for now because I don't go to those meetings because I couldn't go to them anyway. I'd have to go to maintenance, not the buses.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear
We
you.
hear you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, we
sorry. I
do.
had a phone call came in and then it just. But anyway, I
Blah
hung it
blah
up,
blah.
but it froze. So what I was trying to say is that you you got to do for the people. Okay, you might not like somebody. Okay, but if it makes you feel better, you got to let that person know. Listen, I'm not too crazy about you, but that's irrelevant.
Right,
Okay,
it's irrelevant.
We have to do whatever I have to do. Whatever I have to do to protect you. All right. And if it's to pull your chain and let you see that they're not playing no more. Look at the one. Look at the one that
The earthquake
got
going on?
the one that got pinched. Pat
From
in the
our
payroll.
depot.
Pat in the payroll.
Yeah, from our depot.
I'm not mentioning. I'm not gonna mention no names.
Nah. But from what I heard, dude, they gave him a good deal.
A good deal. They give him 100 deals. They give him
No,
100.
but that's what I heard. This last one, they told him that they would take his
Sick time.
sick time.
And let him retire. But he had to.
He's,
But he
he
had to.
said no.
Yeah,
But
because
now that's not enough because it's a mental state right now.
Mm.
Okay, because if you
I hear
found
he's a fighter, though. I hear he's a fighter, so he will go
he's
down.
a fighter for what?
I mean, he's not. He's fighting it, but it's like.
yeah, but they got him, Pete. They got him red-handed.
Yeah, but they just gave him a deal. He could have just,
Exactly.
they
He's
could
got
take
a lot
take away his retirement, his pension.
Exactly.
Yeah, take my sick days. Take them.
And
Right.
he has enough. He has enough. Sick
I'm still
time.
gonna be driving. Take my sick time.
No, they want him to retire.
Well, he can't retire. He got like 32 years on the job.
He can retire, right?
He
Does
could
he,
have
or
been.
he don't have the age. He has the
No,
age.
he can retire. He can retire.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Okay, he could retire. There's
Yep.
a lot of guys there that should have gone already. Okay, what they're scared of,
Right,
I don't
Jason.
understand. What they're scared of, okay, I don't know. I'll be right there. What they're scared of, I don't know. Okay, so you got to turn around and you got to realize, hey, 30 plus years, people don't realize, tier 4 is much different than tier 6.
Yep.
Okay, 33 years is 66% of your
Yep.
best 3 out of 5. Okay, and if you've been robbing them for the past 5-6 years, what you're robbing them is included in there. But you know what? If you get a chance to take your pension, then you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Go. Don't lose your pension.
Take that pension.
Don't lose your pension.
He got
Wait a-
slapped
wait a-
You
out
can't
again.
afford to lose. You can't afford to lose your pension.
Especially
Right.
when what you committed was a terminal offense.
You know.
But Joe, one second, Ronnie, Ronnie, you had some things you wanted to talk about too.
Did you see what Whitaker just put on? He was 100% right.
We have no
Which
leaders.
one? Oh, we have. I don't. You know how I feel about that.
Whitaker put that JP's too political, and he got what he deserved.
But let's get to what we want to
what?
talk. I know we don't want to just stick to talking about people that are not even here also to protect themselves.
So let's get some
You know.
questions going or whatever.
So what I wanted to ask is if I'm going to have to ask Blunt if he could play that video, this new thing about the surfers, right? And the whole thing was about ideas that MTA is coming out with that are not working properly. And one of them is this thing with the,
Subway surfing.
yeah. Do we have a video for that?
Yeah. We'll put it up. Hold on, guys.
We've tried several different versions of this. The form of this, the shape of it, is such that it prevents a person from getting in between the two barriers.
The anti-subway surfing barrier, as it's being deemed, is bolted into the space where teens have been filming viral dare videos.
Being able to get in between is just not a possibility.
The NYPD says in 2025, subway surfing has claimed the lives of at least 5 people and injured 4 others. In 2024, they recorded 7 deaths and 9 injuries. Why now?
It does take some time to manufacture an actual device, and so it took some time. We worked with the consultant to create it.
Now, the MTA says it's testing this barrier feature specifically on the 7 line because, as you can see, the trains, they run outdoors, and subway surfing has been prevalent on this specific line.
If we see another fatality after this has been installed and rolled into service, do you look at it as, well, this is a system failure, or, look, we've done enough as the MTA?
I think, this is a cultural issue, and, it's almost like an individual driving and texting, right? the texting and the phone itself is not the issue. It is the cultural aspect of actually texting while on the phone and driving.
This might deter them and make it more difficult.
Personally, I feel like if a kid wants to figure out how to get up there, they'll figure out a way.
The MTA confirms the experiment is costing them $10 million to do the entire fleet. It has also plastered stations with these new ride inside, stay alive, Stark sketches, warning riders not to participate in these dangerous acts.
Do you all think about that? I noticed there's like a handle right there below that barrier.
I think
that.
Pete, I think they're gonna find a way to get up there. There's always a way. What I think is a better solution, and I don't know why transit doesn't want to do it. Maybe money. I personally think they don't care. I think they CYA for the news and everybody. I think that's what they do. But why don't we have the police? If you guys remember, we used to have transit cops. Now they're all one. Why don't we have police patrolling these subways, and they also have the K9 dogs, the police. Why don't we have them? Why doesn't transit, instead of spending $10 million on that?
Do you think it would be less? Do you think it would be less if they got
absolutely?
Cops?
Why wouldn't it? So? But even if it's $10 million, at least you would have presence of cops and K9 dogs.
Sal, that's not even right, Sal. I'm not even posting. That's not right, bro.
People are afraid of those K9 dogs. If you had the police presence and those K9 dogs going through the subways, I'm telling you, crime would be less and surfing would be less. Even if it was 10 million, Pete, who cares? At least you're spending it on present, not a fixed object where they're going to bypass that and get on it anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you with them. They're going to find a way to bypass that.
Yep.
But I also feel like
what you brought up the last time was a better idea, Blunt.
Right. No, yeah, but I feel like it's something. It's better than nothing, right? So you have that. But I also like you were saying, Pete, when I brought up the issue last time, I think I got a little bit better than just the cameras on the top of the trains. It might be cheaper to put the cameras in the stations that focus on top of the train, and then that way they have the monitor. So when they pull in, the operator and the conductor could both be checking to make sure nobody's on top of the train. That might be a cheaper solution than having cameras on top of all the trains, right?
Right, because you only put in them on each station.
Right, you put them on the station, especially
when it's like 342 stations, I think there are.
Yeah, and then you start with the ones that are the worst, the ones that you know, like
they mentioned, the seven.
The seven lines.
But then you need somebody. It's going to cost too, because then you need somebody to monitor.
It's going to cost.
Then you need somebody. You got to train, so it's still going to cost.
Pigeon spikes.
Yeah.
Who's going to clean that though? Because people are going to be throwing stuff up there. Yeah. You got leaves, you got branches from trees falling in there. And what if a kid gets up there and falls and gets hurt?
They're going to sue transit. You know how that works.
Yeah. I don't know.
Pigeon spikes all over the top of the train.
The spikes are good for in the depots, for the pigeons. That's what they use a lot.
Yeah.
But if you just put the cameras on the stations, right, and then you have the monitors where the conductor and the operator are, to make sure they check those before they pull out.
What's a
better solution?
What's the MTA's boss? What's his name?
Libra.
What's his name?
Lieberman.
Yeah. Hold on. We have a for Lieberman. We have a message for Lieberman. Go ahead, Blunt. Tell him again.
Huh?
The idea.
No. Put the cameras on stations, especially the ones where you know that the problem is most active at, and have them monitor, like one at the beginning, one in the middle, one at the end, and monitor the top of the trains, and then have the monitors where both the conductor and the operator could watch to make sure before they pull out that nobody's on top of the trains. If you add that with that cushion thing that they got, it makes it a little bit more impossible for them to actually ride.
You heard that, Mr. Lieberman?
It could be cheaper.
Well, WhatsApp is doing good. We got somebody else who wants to join us.
Before we leave, Pete, make sure because I have something I want to bring up about MTA bus, that their situation they have in there also. And
okay.
Chime in. So
let's break. We have somebody else again, folks. You want to be on the show? Just go on our WhatsApp and click. I guess the link is working really well.
Who's LJ? LJ's there.
LJ's
LJ, but no camera.
Camera.
And no. Okay, let's bring in. We have somebody in coming in now, folks. These are not actual guests that we've called in, but we put it in the WhatsApp for anybody. He makes it easy. You want to be part of the show? You're watching. You say, "Oh, I want to get on." Go into our WhatsApp, click on that link, and you join us here live. So we have another guest.
Big Caesar, welcome back.
Mr. Caesar. Yes, Caesar. Hail Caesar. Mr. Caesar, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good. I'm just hanging in there.
Did you hear what we're talking about? About the subway, those?
So I didn't get up to speed with anything.
Okay. Well, we were talking about the subway surfing situation that's going on.
And that new idea that they have, those plastic things that run across the end of each train. And we're asking everybody if that would work, huh?
Right, it keeps them from climbing up.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about that, but I just think that.
Have you seen it?
No. But
Blanca, you real quick, just up to where put it up there, the video up to where you see those bars, and then we could click it off.
Okay, hold on.
That way he'll get an idea what we're talking about.
Yeah. Hold on, Caesar. Check this out.
We've tried several different versions of this. The form of this, the shape of it, is such that it prevents a person from getting in between the two barriers.
The anti-subway surfing barrier, as it's being deemed, is bolted into the space where teens have been filming viral dare videos.
Being able to get in between is just not a possibility.
The NYPD.
Okay. You didn't see the video?
No. But anyway, I think that these kids are so hell-bent on themselves to their peers in a negative way that unless this is just something that could absolutely keep them off of there, that they will find a way to get around it. It has to be something more of a deterrent than I think the whole enclosure should be between the cars so that they can't even rise up to the top.
Isn't it like the accordions where you have that?
Yeah, like the buses.
Right.
Exactly.
Don't they have trains like that already? Don't they?
I've never seen one.
I think they have trains where it's all connected. You just walk through. There's no even doors to slide through. You just walk.
That's a good one too. That's a good one.
It probably would be more effective than anything right now.
Like articulated. So yeah, that because it twists and turns with the train. So there's no way they could actually
But like the guy said in the video, it's also a culture thing. So I think transit needs to put out commercials, warning kids about doing this because, when I was a kid, we had a similar version of subway surfing. We never went on top.
In the projects.
We had that. But when we used to go on the train, we would ride on the side of outside the front door, outside the doors, and ride that. But that wasn't on top. That was just as dangerous. But
that was just to the end of the platform. Then you would jump off.
And a lot of us got hurt jumping off because it's moving at a certain speed.
Maybe the top was different too. No, the train cars.
Well, there was different trains.
Were they harder to stand on? Or,
I don't think so. I think it might have been easier.
Were they easier? Weren't they like flat?
They were more flatter. But like I said, they empty it.
But maybe the flat, so you really didn't have any grip, like if you had shoes or anything like that. Like this has little ledges.
Oh, see, Jersey might happen. But you, like I was saying, that MTA should be putting out commercials warning these kids about subway surfing and the dangers of it, because most of that is coming from our people that do things like that, because
if you are over 12 years old, you can look at that and see the dangers of it. And I don't think that it would be much of a deterrent. I think that the parents need to get involved and parent their children on what they're doing outside the home so that they can be more accountable.
What about more things for the kids to do?
Right.
The community centers, things to get them more involved in that board that they got to go climb up on the train.
Yeah. I mean, you can have churches talk about it. You can have teachers explaining it. As long as many people get to our children and explain the dangers of it, that could be a better deterrent than any commercial. And you kind of show them blurred videos of kids that have done it and ended up the way they did.
Mm.
So that can scare them. Remember they used to have the scare straight.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I think that if they interviewed some of the friends who
There you
lost
go.
friends doing that,
There you go.
you
There
know,
you
and
go.
the emotion and let them emphasize
They sure are, Jose.
they're experiencing losing a 14-year-old friend to something like that might be a little more effective.
Yeah. And I had a friend who got killed. God bless her soul. Doing something that I used to do all the time as a kid. I was just run through the tunnels to get to the other side. And
Oh,
she got caught up and got killed doing that. So yeah, that would definitely be an effective deterrent for them.
I don't think parents getting to their parents is going to help. Did you see some of these parents nowadays? You
If
see,
they if they were the parents that we had.
that's different. But you see, when I was driving, and
Mm-hmm.
that was 3 years ago, did you see how some of these parents treated their kids on the buses? You think they care
Um,
if they're surfing? I really don't think
Yeah,
so.
like they were like, who said it was a cultural thing? It's exactly what it is. It's
Exactly.
just
and my sister will highly agree with you on that one, Ron.
Yeah.
The parents are just my sister's a school teacher, and
Okay.
she
Well,
has to
she
deal
knows
with parents.
best.
So she's like they're just as bad as the children. That's
They come
sometimes.
after they come after the teachers, the parents.
the
When you
parents would be
drive,
like, if you get up there and you die, I'm gonna bring you back from the dead and I'm gonna beat you the hell back into your grave.
I think the
Yeah,
best solution is the enclosed car, like he was suggesting, or the cops and the canine dogs patrolling the trains.
and
I think
speaking of cops, our outgoing mayor has promised another 5,000 cops. How many times have we heard that line since
exactly.
we've been there? Everybody's
I don't know,
promising
at least
5,000.
to two other contracts.
But you know what the problem with that is, in my opinion,
What's
that
that?
they have a lot of cops, but you'll see them all
Where they
stacked
don't belong.
up together at one train station,
Where
or
they don't
one
belong. When nothing's
location,
happening.
eight or
Yeah.
nine of them. So
Yeah.
they're not spread out enough that I think probably a lot of them grew up in the suburbs and they're just intimidated as of the streets, even though they have a gun and a badge. They just don't know how to handle situations because they didn't grow up in a city, a lot of them. So they huddle together instead of spreading out and patrolling as they should, which would make it a lot more effective.
Hmm.
Correct. I agree with that. I see that all the time. But they
And,
should. But
and
transit should spend like they spent $10 million on these barriers to stop them from going on top. But if you look, it looks like they can go on the side and get up. But anyway,
Yeah.
instead of spending that money, why doesn't transit come up with a plan with the cop and come out with a unit strictly for the subways
right. It
instead of
could be
wasting
like the
$1 million?
lowest loot when you just get promoted, you go into that unit right away. And
Well,
that's
like
your
we used to, right? Like we used to have transit cops back in the day. So just come out instead of ten
Blunt.
million dollars on these barriers. Come out with some kind of new program with the police force
Blunt,
and
I just sent you
dedicate it
something. Can
just
you
for
put
that.
that up on the screen? I sent it to your WhatsApp.
okay.
This is the idea you were just talking about.
I think yeah, Ronnie, keep talking, Ronnie.
Yeah. Well, oh, one second. We never got Caesar, Mr. Caesar.
Yes.
You came on. We said hello to you, but we didn't get you to introduce yourself because you've been here before, but not everybody might know you. So give
Okay.
yourself a quick little introduction.
I'm
And I
called
apologize for
My
that.
name is actually Kenneth Wright. Most people know me as Caesar. I'm actually a candidate for the division chair as we speak. Um, I think I'm the answer to what we need in the division. I
Which is,
I know that. I,
give us three things that you bring right now that you'll be
but
bringing.
I would bring
Yeah.
strength and honor, unity, and transparency. You know, a lot of things go on in the union that we're not privy to, and we should be able to know everything in real time. We're not being told a lot of things.
How many years have you been with Transit?
23.
23.
Yes.
So you got what? 2 more to retire?
Yes.
And if you were to run and win, would you stay longer?
If I was to run and win,
Well, you are running.
I am running.
You
If
are running.
I was to
So
win, my body of work would speak for itself. I would never have to campaign ever again. I would just say re-elect Caesar. That's it. And everybody would know this guy's the real deal. This is Bill Pelletier coming back for us. I don't know how many of y'all was around when Bill Pelletier was around.
I know.
I've
He
heard the name.
he took this very serious. And these guys come out there, they got 3 terms, 2 terms, and they're out there campaigning. If you was doing your job and you was about your business, you wouldn't have to campaign ever again after 1 term because your body of work would speak for itself. And you got a lot of division in the union. There's no unity in the union. Put your petty differences aside. Come together. We all on the same team. There's no Democrats and Republicans with Local 100. We all the same team. So let's get together, get it done. Stop letting our egos get in the way of our intellect and move forward.
Caesar, do you have a
That
good
sounds good.
rapport with the people that are in power now, with the Kemps and the Gary Rosarios, and do you have a good rapport with them?
My first alliance is to he who holds the office. You understand what I'm saying? I was very close to Stephen Thomas. He
I remember
lost to JP.
the JP. I remember that. I was up there with
Very
them.
good relationship with JP. JP is my friend, but Gary Rosario is the president now, and my alliance is to him and the membership. You
That's what
understand?
that's
Huh?
what we that's what we need.
Right. So I'm not gonna say no, I would not I'm not gonna be JP's friend, but JP is a bus operator. He's no longer the vice president. So I'll always be his friend. However, if I'm not gonna be a go-between for anybody, and I don't wear knee pads. I wear boxing gloves. You understand what I'm saying? I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees, and that's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna bow down to anybody for the sake of any bullshit. It's not gonna happen. So, like I said, me and JP are lifelong friends. However, if I have the honor and privilege of representing TA Surface, my alliance would be to the surrounding team, and we would sit down and say, "Listen, what's it gonna take for us to move forward? What do you need from me, and what do you have to offer, so that we could collectively come together and get this done?"
I personally wouldn't have said I was good friends with JP because the way the people vote, you know what they think.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
you're a JP guy.
Like,
No, answer.
I wonder if JP's gonna run for
You're a
depot chair
JP.
now.
No, I'm telling you how they think because I was in the union. They're gonna say
okay,
he's a JP guy.
no,
I'm not.
not a JP guy, I'm a union guy. I just offered you clarity to an unclear situation. I'm also a Stephen Thomas guy. Yeah, Stephen Thomas is no longer there. He lost. You understand what I'm saying? How Gary got in the office is not my concern. The fact of the matter is he's there. And for me to be a productive part of it, I have to be like a cog. I have to get in where I fit in. And I can't worry about anything that's not, we're all part of the union, but I'm there to work with the representatives of the union. I'm never going to deny my friendship to anybody. The only time I'll ever do that if they became a pedophile or a rapist or something that's unconscionable. You understand what I'm saying? My
Of course.
friendship with one individual has nothing to do with anything else. It
No,
doesn't.
Caesar, I understand that, but I'm telling you how these members think because I've been up there with them. That's
Okay.
how they're gonna think. Oh, he was JP's friend. I'm not voting for him because this is gonna happen. I'm just telling you how they think.
Well, you know what? Let me explain something to you.
But Caesar, one question. What is it you're running for again?
Division chair.
Division
Division
chair's open
chair.
and first vice
Okay.
chair is open.
Okay.
But see, that's the difference. Like I know how to make separations. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any mind altering substances. 98% of my friends do. But do I indulge? Do I engage? No, because I'm an individual. I'm a strong-willed person, and I'm not going to let one thing conflict with the other. If given the opportunity, it's going to be about productivity, not about alliances, not about this. My first alliance would be to the membership and nothing else. And I can't. What I'm gonna do? I'm not going to sugarcoat or
Sal, next bus, please.
huh?
Go ahead. No, I wasn't talking to you. Go ahead.
I'm not going to be something that I'm not. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
But Caesar, like I see what Ronnie was also saying, because you're old school. Most of us here are old school, and if you ever heard from your parents saying, "Tell me who you're with, and I'll tell you who you are." So that's the thing. The way Ronnie was saying that, they see this connection.
And I understand that. But you got to understand this. I haven't seen him since this, that, and the third. I'm Lou Marrero's friend.
Anyway, not everybody sees JP as a bad person. That's another thing. Not everybody sees JP as a bad person.
I'm not going to deny.
He wouldn't have been there all those years if he was that bad a person,
It's a 50-50 thing with JP.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what your association with him is, but
I don't got no beef from him. He helped me he helped me to keep my job at one point.
I'm telling Ronnie, what I'm saying to you is, you said I shouldn't. That's not me. What you see is what you get. I'm 110% rock solid. There is no bending. I can't be broken. I'm not gonna. I'm not nobody's guy. Let's put it like that. You understand what I'm saying? So be clear on that. I'm nobody's guy. I'm my own man. And I got friends who will never see the streets again. You understand what I'm saying? That I still send them money once a month. They're my friends, and I'm never gonna deny it. Am I gonna do something to jeopardize my freedom? Absolutely not. But they're my friends.
I hear you.
We're up together. You know what I'm saying? Some point in time, you need to be able to make separations, and I know when and how to make them.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that or you running, and I wouldn't not vote for you because of that. I was just trying to say how members think in our union.
Well, listen, we had the same issue with our last depot chair, because he was friends with the GS or the GSM, because he knew him for years. And sometimes he would go and hang out with him or go have a beer or something. And people were like, oh, what is this? How's the depot chairman hanging out? They're friends. They've been friends for years. So you draw a line where, we might not get along in the depot with, the rules, but you still be friends. Like you're saying, Cecil, like you still have your friends.
I don't know.
Did you ever see this movie? I can't remember the name of it, but it had Brad Pitt, and they got arrested when they was young. They went to jail as kids. They grew up, and they was down in Hell's Kitchen. And Brad Pitt was the DA who had to prosecute his two friends for murder. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah, he was a lawyer, right? Their friend was the lawyer.
Right.
Yes, I remember that.
And that's what it was. You understand what I'm saying? You make decisions, and everybody got to live with them. So you don't, like I said, unless somebody is less than honorable, it's not going to tarnish or interfere with my friendship. However, I'm not going to allow friendship to get in the way of my good intentions and what I want to accomplish. Because, see, I've lost several elections, and I don't give up. I keep showing up. And this is my legacy we talking about. So if I have the honor and privilege of representing the members of TA Surface, I'm going to have my legacy so that it's never in question, it's never in doubt, and it's going to precede me far after I'm gone. Like I just spoke of Bill Pelletier. You understand what I'm saying? So one thing would have absolute, and if they think that way, then you know what? That's something that I can't change. But if
let's leave it at that for now. Let's leave it at that for now. I'm
knows
sorry.
me for more than 3 days, they know the person that I am.
Okay.
I want to go back to the subway surfing thing because I got some images I want to put up real quick.
Go ahead. And what we want to say is also we're going to continue this on next week because, like the last show, we did 2 of them. Go ahead, Blunt.
So New Jersey Transit has the barriers we were talking about, like the accordion things, and that's how they. This is how they train y'all.
Okay, yeah.
This will
That,
help.
that, like Ronnie said, that would probably be the most effective way.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way they're gonna get up there unless they try to come in through the outside and climb.
They would have to cut it open.
They'd have to cut it, right?
Or come from the back of the train, the last car.
Guys, let's face it. Transit's always the last to get equipment like that. They like, why can't they, instead of spending $10 million, why can't they do that, right?
Yeah,
they should talk to like I think
they're always behind the 8 ball. Even if you go to I've been to Philadelphia, and people know Philadelphia could have some really bad areas, but their train system puts our train system to shame. To shame. It looks like Metro North. Their train system looks like Metro North. I took it to go to a Philly game, and it looks like a Metro North train instead of a regular train. Why can't
we wear that shirt to a Philly game?
No, that would be dangerous.
Had a small problem doing that.
That would be dangerous. Philly fans are crazy, like New York. But
this is something.
My point is, why can't transit do that? They can do that. Why? I mean, why do they try all these?
What else would be good?
I don't want to cut everybody else, but we're gonna have to continue this on the next show.
So that you couldn't even stand on it. If they came
even like the petitions that we have. Why not?
Guys, I'm sorry, Ronnie, Caesar. We're running out of time. Okay. We could come back next week, continue this talk. You know, it's open for you guys to come back again next week. We'll continue. There's something else I wanted to talk about. I'm sure Blunt wanted to bring something else as well to add to this. So we'll have a part 2 next Monday, 7:00. You guys will be in.
I got you.
Absolutely.
All right. So thank you guys for joining us.
I'll just sit in my car.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be back next Monday to do it again.
We want to finish this.
We're gonna finish it, add more stuff. I have things I want to say, Blaza, and you guys could add more. I know Ronnie, you probably wanted to say something more. We'll catch you next week. So with that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete.
I'm your boy Blunt.
Ron Santabello.
Caesar.
And that's the end of our show.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Don't leave.
Hey, don't leave.
I'm not going.
Blunt?
I wanted to. We got like 3 minutes. I wanted to stick in.
No, we don't. There's already one.
You should have let me talk about the compartments of the bus. That's
already an hour. Yeah.
Changed us on that.
We'll be back next week, guys.
All right.
Ladies.
Blunt?
Later.
Fuck with the can't take a joke.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.